For lovers of easy riders, very few names inspire such passion like Harley Davidson. And well, that's what a lot of people really want to arrive at some point if you really like that kind of lifestyle and also that kind of riding style. Now, there's a new machine in town that offers an entry-level experience that won't break the bank. Introducing the brand new Cleveland Cyclewerks, the Heist. This bike looks great. Let me just say that first, but how does it fare in the riding and, well, everything else around it? We're gonna go and test this little baby out. Let me grab my helmet. Alright, so let's get to know the basics about this Cleveland Cyclewerks. This particular model is called the Heist, and it is only one of about 3 or 4 different models that are currently being made by Cleveland Cyclewerks, which is a company based in the US. Now, this bike was designed so that it allows the customers to actually have something that looks badass, but it is as basic as you can get. The idea is for you to be able to go and customize it later on, and there's a lot that you can do in terms of customizing it. But let's look at the basic bike to begin with. So basic is basically the best word to describe the bike because it really is basic. It's a bike that doesn't do that much, but it allows you to look ultra cool, and that's point check. Alright, so this bike, of course, is a rigid. As you can see, it doesn't have any suspension at the back, and it's a hardtail, making it a very uncomfortable ride. Your only savior in terms of comfort is this seat that is sprung quite softly, if you ask me. For a guy who's average weight, okay lah, but if you are slightly on the heavier side, you might want to consider changing the springs to something that you can probably get from a good quality mountain bike shop. I think that'll do the trick, you know, because this is a little bit soft, and if you're a little bit heavy, when you go over bumps and all, you are going to bottom out in this seat. This bike comes with a tried, tested and proven Lifan 229cc. It is perky. It's not too bad. The best thing about it is that you get very little vibration on the foot pegs when you actually go and the engine is ticking over, but it does feel like the vibration is slightly more in the handlebar. We'll talk a little bit more about the general feel about the ride a bit later on. But equipment wise, you get chrome, nicely chrome bits if you ask me. This handlebar is also chromed, and it is just about the right size, the right width for you to be able to actually take it through city traffic. You get this meter cluster over here, which has kilometers per hour on top and miles per hour at the bottom, and you get 3 lights, which is neutral, the signal, as well as the high beam. So for the meter cluster here, you get 3 different meters, 3 different lights. Below the general speedo here, you get miles per hour and a kilometers per hour in the speedo. But the 3 lights that you get, which is neutral, signal and high beam, be forewarned, the green stuff, which is the signal light and the neutral, doesn't come across very bright when you're under bright sunlight and you're in Malaysia, right? That's definitely a point to consider. The kickstand actually cuts off the engine once you put it down, regardless of what gear you're in, and ignition key is right here at the side. Now, the wheels, you get a 90/90 21-inch up front, and this is a 140/70/18 at the back. The front wheel, in my opinion, is a little bit too large, and it makes maneuvering this bike, especially at low speeds, a little bit difficult. But apart from that, it looks great. I guess that's the most important bit when you're buying this bike. And this entire package is completely customizable. You can change the exhaust, you can change the handlebar. There's so much that you can do with it, and the design is definitely my favorite thing about this bike because it just looks so good. It just looks a little bit meaner than what it really is. It's like a cat wearing a tiger outfit. Get what I'm saying? But yeah, so as far as the looks go, I love this bike. But what remains to be seen is how the bike actually rides, and we're actually going to go for a ride right now. Let's go. Let me get my helmet over there. Okay, we're rolling out in this Cleveland Cyclewerks Heist. And again, let me just say that it's got a 229cc Lifan engine, and it gives you, guess what? Just about the right amount of torque and also power for you to maneuver city traffic. I think this bike, well, we took it out onto the motorway, well, bigger roads earlier, and you would actually struggle a little bit once you go above, say, 90 kilometers an hour, but anything below that, it's actually quite sprightly. And it's pretty good if you want to do overtaking in the city and stuff like that, so that's brilliant for this bike. The riding position is good. You feel it's actually quite comfortable. You are outright, and you would expect to be so in a bike like this. The fact that it's got a peanut tank means that you don't actually have to spread your legs too far, just nice along with the width of the foot pegs and also the handlebars, so that's all really good. Makes for an easy rider and easy riding experience, and also it's just very easy to maneuver. However, one thing that is not so brilliant is again the fact that the front wheel is a little bit too large at 21 inch. What happens is when you are going at a low speed like this, you know, if you're going straight, then okay lah, but then it's not very chuckable, it's not very, it's just not very movable and maneuverable. Because the radius is too large, it makes it a little bit difficult to handle, as well as the fact that it's a rigid. So this bike really isn't for the twisties and the cornering roads out there. But apart from that, if you are thinking of going on a straight line or you want to go easy in the city, it's actually pretty easy. Just don't try to attempt to do a quick UE in this one. You might cause trouble. So this bike's technically okay lah. If you wanted to upgrade from an underbone to something that is cruiser-ish, but you don't want to break your bank, this is definitely the bike for you because it's so cheap, you can't really go wrong with it. And the best part is you can customize it. And when I say customize, you can customize it. These two bikes started their lives as a Cleveland Cyclewerks Heist. Can you believe it? You can actually take it all the way to that level of customization and make it something completely different. As a beginner bike for cruisers, it has its good moments and it's got its bad moments. But then again, all bikes are like that, right? The only thing that definitely sets this bike apart from all the other competitors out there, in my opinion, is the looks. This bike looks really, really mean. And even if you're not mean on the inside, on the outside, you're gonna look that you've got a mean spirit. And that's a really cool thing. Stay with us, we've got more stuff coming your way.